Salutare prieteni și bine ați revenit la Să jucăm Gothic 2 Hardcore Challenge. În episodul trecut am fost la ferma lui Lobart și am făcut misiunile de la fermă. Acum ne îndreptăm către oraș. Spuneam în episodul trecut că e o chestie dacă vorbesc cu Lester sau Lares, da? Ok. O să las tablița aia acolo pentru că n-aveam cum să intru în oraș altfel. Dacă nu vorbesc cu nimeni până când ajung în oraș și mă duc direct la el, o să-mi zică o chestie și o să-mi dea niște experiență. Ceea ce voi face eu acum, voi furișa pe aici. Quite obvious. Prin boscheți, prin astea, chiar dacă n-am posibilitatea de a mă strecura. În episodul trecut am avut un sunet, un suit așa. Sper că acum nu mai este. Furicez după lemnele astea. Și acum fac stânga după casă. Pe aici. Sper că nu mă oprește vreunul pe aici. Pac, 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 pac. Nu m-a văzut nimeni. That's not what I heard. Oop. Like a thief. Sărit în apă. Repede, 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 să nu ne prindă peștele. Nu era păcat de cele 500 de puncte de experiență. Vine rechinul! Hop! Scutură-te.
I must be crazy. What are you doing here? Did you swim here? That's one way to get past the guards at the city gate.
Hey, Lares. Eu știu pe Lares.
Hey, Lares, you old scoundrel. How did you get here?
I was able to escape to the Valley of Mines just in time, together with Lee and some of the other boys. You remember Lee, don't you?
Lee? Sigur că mă amintesc de Lee.
Of course I remember Lee.
I got out of the colony with him then, just after the barrier was destroyed. He and his boys are now on the farm of NotR, the landowner. He made a deal with the farmer. He and his boys defend the farm, and NotR feeds them in return.
Spune mai multe. Mă poți învăța ceva?
Can you teach me something?
Sure. I can help you become stronger and more dexterous if you like.
Stronger.
Teach me something.
Forță.
Come back. Good. Your strength has increased.
Mersi. Spune mai multe despre Lee și mercenarii lui. Trebuie să vorbim cu paladinii cu orice cost.
Tell me more about Lee and his mercenaries.
What do you want to know?
Cum găsesc ferma moșierului?
How do I find the landowner's farm?
It's quite simple. You leave the seaport by the east gate and then follow the path towards the east. I can take you there if you want.
Sure.
Tell me more about the mercenaries.
Well, if you're as tough as you were back then, you shouldn't have any problems with them. Most of them are ruffians, and if you can't stand up to them, you won't get far. If you're squeamish, you don't have a chance of joining them.
De ce nu ești tu cu Lee?
Why aren't you with Lee and his mercenaries?
But I am, just not on the farm. You could say I'm our outpost in the city. We don't want the ship to sail without us.
What ship were you talking about?
It's on the open sea harbor, behind the cliffs. Lee and a few of his people really want to get away from here. But that could take a while.
Why?
You'd better ask Lee about that. If you meet him, he's got plans.
Trebuie să vorbesc cu
I
paladinii.
must talk to the paladins by any means.
What do you want from them?
They've got a powerful amulet, the Eye of Innos. I must have it.
And you think they'll give it to you? You'll never get into the upper end of town.
I'll find a way somehow.
Sure. If you want to ingratiate yourself with the citizens or play errand boy for the militia.
Do you know why the paladins are here?
Nobody knows for sure. Lots of people think it's because of the orcs, but I think there's another reason. It probably has something to do with the old penal colony.
Ok, încă nu vom pleca. Am vorbit cu ăsta, ne-am mai luat niște puncte de experiență, avem deja 2000 și ce, aproape de 3000. Acum fugim repede, fuguța, înapoi la intrarea în oraș, pentru că trebuie să-mi iau tabla aia înapoi. Nu mai știu unde am venit. Aici am rămas. Da. Ne furișăm pe în spatele ăstuia. Pe aici. Ah!
Halt! Only the citizens.
Sure. Să nu spui că nu pot să sară înapoi. Ah, fuck. Nu mai am altă tabliță. Ce aruncăm noi pe jos? Un mesaj? No. Shit, ceva? Fuck it. Mă duc direct la paznici. Aha! Mă duc să-mi iau tablița. Păi ce e asta? Gata. Ce mai avem pe aici? Ce șobolani. O să ne întoarcem cu altă ocazie. Pentru că acolo e destul de periculos. Am o plantă veche de pe aici și acum avem cum să intri în orașul Khorinis. Nu. Pentru a intra în oraș poți spune gărților de la poartă că lucrez la ferma lui Lobar și vreau să merg la ferele. Desigur, o trebuie mai întâi să arăt ca un fermier. Am primit un negustor de la contor despre care mă și așa voi face.
What is it?
You aren't getting in here, my boy.
Why not?
Looking the way you do, you're sure to cause nothing but trouble here, boy. We got enough rabble in the city.
Nu avem nevoie
We
de
have no
oameni
use for people without money.
Fără bani. Trebuie să... nu știu ce, am adus uneltele pe Aladinul pentru activist. Nu, am venit să mă alătur miliției. Am un document de acces.
I've got a pass.
Really? And who you killed for that, you cutthroat?
Now, will you let me pass or not?
Well, go on in before I change my mind.
Go in then. Lothar.
Halt, stranger. I am Lothar, paladin of the king and humble servant of Innos, your lord. Our commander, Lord Hagen, has entrusted me with the task of explaining to all newcomers the new laws which apply to all inhabitants of the city.
Since people have started simply vanishing all over this town, everyone needs to watch out that they don't suffer the same fate.
Ce rădățenie. Am un mesaj important pentru... Nu, unde pot petrece noaptea aici? Regulă.
All right. Explain the rules of the city to me.
First, the honorable paladin Lord Hagen resides in the upper quarter, along with his troops. That is why access to the upper quarter is allowed only to honorable citizens. Second, the town hall in the upper quarter is now the command post of the paladins. Only the paladins themselves and members of the militia have access to it. And third, Whoever is accused of a crime must exonerate himself with the commander of the militia.
The militia?
Any questions?
Oh, fuck.
How do I become a citizen of the town?
Only those with regular jobs will be considered citizens of the town. But don't think that you'll be admitted to Lord Hagen just because you're a citizen of the town. As a citizen, you have access to the upper quarter, nothing more. Only as a member of the militia will you have access to the town hall.
I have an important message for the leader of the Paladins.
The Honorable Lord Hagen is not receiving anyone. Lord Andre, the commander of the city guard, is responsible for all issues pertaining to the common folk.
Come on.
He never would have thought of that himself.
I have come to get the Eye of Innos.
The Sacred Eye of Innos? How do you know about that? You're not a member of the Order.
A magician told me about it.
I don't know what his motives were when he entrusted one of the secrets of our Order to you. But he certainly didn't mean for you to get your fingers on it.
But
I don't want to hear any more about it.
He insisted he knew better. I hardly know what to believe anymore.
where can I find work?
You'll have to apply as an apprentice to one of the masters here in the lower part of the city. As soon as a master accepts you, you are a citizen of the town. However, the other masters must agree to it. That's the custom here in Khorinis. If you were thinking about looking for work in the Harbor District, forget it. The scum of the city live there. Don't even go there. You would regret it.
Ajung în partea superioară.
How do I get to the upper quarter?
Say, are you listening to me at all?
No.
You're not a citizen of this town. You can save yourself the trip. The guards won't let you in. The entire area behind the inner gate is off limits to you.
How do I get accepted into the militia?
By express command of Lord Hagen, only citizens of the town will be admitted into the militia.
I see.
If you want to know more, speak to Lord Andre in the barracks.
Oh, ce trebuie să fac ca să primesc armura ca
Where can I find the commander of the city guard?
Lord Andre can be found in the barracks at the other end of the city.
Unde pot petrece noaptea aici?
Where can I spend the night here?
If you're looking for a place to sleep, go to the hotel directly across from the barracks. The Paladins pay for the lodging of all travelers who come to the city. The traveling traders from the marketplace are also lodged there.
Ce trebuie să fac ca să primesc armură ca a ta?
What do I have to do to get armor like yours?
What? You aren't even a member of the militia! You're not even a citizen! How can you even think of being allowed to wear the armor of a paladin? Only a few militia soldiers, those who have performed extraordinary deeds, have been granted that honor so far. If you want to be a paladin, you have a long road ahead of you, my boy.
Ce țără, nu e arogant. Ziceai ceva de niște cetățeni care dispar.
The townspeople are simply disappearing?
Yes, it seems to be more every day. It's most annoying that the militia have still not been able to discover what's behind these strange occurrences. Small wonder that the town's inhabitants are very wary of strangers right now. So don't provoke them when you're in town, understood?
Ascultă.
Listen, the city is threatened by dragons.
That can't be true. Another lunatic. We have enough unrest in the city as it is. And without some dimwit scaring people with fairy tales about dragons. I immediately locked up the last person who was here telling dragon tales and sent him to the Valley of Mines with the prison transport. So mind your tongue. We can't use anyone here who spreads panic among the people.
That's been known a long time.
What?
Somebody already reported the dragons here?
Yes. The fellow's name was Diego. I think so, in any case. I warned him just like you. But the lunatic just wouldn't stop getting on my nerves.
I need to go.
I've got to go.
If I hear one more time that you are telling people here about dragons, you will be in big trouble. Do I make myself clear?
Yes. Arogant și rău paladin ăștia și totuși ar vrea să mă alătur paladinilor. Pentru că ochiul lui Inos poate fi purtat doar un paladin. În toate poveștile paladinii omoară dragonii. Mă rog, vă întreb pe voi să... Bine, am magician, nu vreau să știu.
Hello, stranger. You must be hungry and thirsty. Perhaps I can interest you in my wares.
Vreau de fapt să văd paladinii.
I was actually on my way to see the paladins.
There's little chance of that. Since the paladins made themselves at home in the upper end of town, hardly anyone gets in there anymore.
Poți ajuta să intru în partea sus a orașului?
Can you help me get into the upper quarter?
Me? No. I don't have much say here myself. There are a few people in the lower city who have enough influence to get you past the guards. Mateo, my boss, is one of them. Maybe you should talk to him.
Mateo.
Where can I find Mateo?
You're standing right outside his shop. Just go on in. He's practically always there.
Ok. Celor cetățeni influenți?
What about the other influential citizens?
The merchants and master craftsmen here on the main street are the most important figures in the city. You should try to get accepted by one of them as an apprentice like me. Since I started working for Mateo, the people in the city treat me with respect.
I need some money, and I'm looking for work.
I've heard that Bosper has trouble with his suppliers. His shop is right over there. They say he pays pretty well.
Got my own opinion about that.
What do you have to offer?
At the moment, I don't have much choice. The damned landowner doesn't deliver anymore. And what we get from the small farms isn't enough to meet the demands of the city.
Spune mai multe despre revolta țăranilor.
Tell me more about the peasants' revolt.
It's quite simple. Onar, the fat landowner, won't pay any more taxes to the city. Imagine, we're at war with the orcs, and that fat slob wants everything for himself. Normally, the city guard would take firm measures in such cases. But now comes the best part. They say Onar has hired mercenaries to keep the troops from the city off his back. Mercenaries! The whole thing will end in a damn war, as if one war weren't enough.
Super.
What do you know about Onar's mercenaries?
I heard that most of them are former convicts from the mining colony. And their leader's supposed to have been a big shot with the king, a general or something, whom they put away as a traitor. These are terrible times.
How interesting.
Da.
Show me your wares.
We can only wait and see.
N-are nimic important ăsta.
Not what I heard.
Și nu mai știu faza cu merele. Dar nu o să le cumpăr acum, am nevoie de bani pentru altceva.
He simply talks too much.
Registration. Mateo?
What can I do for you?
What are you selling?
I can offer you everything you need to survive in the wild. Weapons, torches, provisions, even armor. I still have a special piece in stock. Double hardened armor of snapper leather. Still unused. Interested?
Da. Ce știi despre paladin? 250 de euro.
What do you know about paladins?
Since these bastards have come to the city, I've had nothing but trouble. The last time I was headed for the upper end of town, the guards flat out stopped me and asked me what was my business there.
And?
Of course they let me in. I had my shop in the city when most of those pompous asses were still chasing pigs with wooden swords. And yesterday, the bastards came and confiscated half of my goods.
What?
The paladins seized your goods.
Everything I had stored in the backyard. They simply posted a guard in front of the entrance to the yard. If I'm lucky, they won't take everything. At least they might leave the armor here.
Cum?
Can you help me get into the upper quarter?
What? What are you going to do there?
I've got an important message.
Well, well. Have you tried getting past the guards?
Oh man, forget it.
That's typical of those beggars. I don't know how important your message is, and it's none of my business. But even if you told them that a ship full of orcs just anchored in the harbor, they'd send you away. Because they have their orders.
So can you help me get into the upper quarter?
It seems to be really important to you. The question is, how important is it to you?
What are you getting at?
I can help you. After all, I'm one of the most influential people here. But it'll cost you.
Ce cer pentru
What are you
ajutor?
asking for your help?
100 gold pieces.
Oh, asta ar fi o grămadă.
That's a whole damn lot.
Take it easy. It isn't your gold I have in mind.
But
In principle, it's my gold. Greta, the carpenter's niece, hasn't paid what she owes me in ages. But the little brat is constantly running around in new clothes. That means she has the money. I'd like to beat it out of her. But Master Thorben, the carpenter, is also a very influential man. Get me the money and I'll help you.
What the fuck?
where can I find this Greta?
Like I said, she's the carpenter's niece. His house is down the street, the last house on the right before the smithy.
Cum mă poți ajuta mai exact?
How exactly can you help me?
Quite simple. I'll use my influence to see to it that one of the master craftsmen here takes you on as an apprentice. As such, you'll practically be a citizen of the city and can enter the upper quarter. Besides which, you'll earn something while you're at it.
Unde mă pot înscrie ca ucenic?
Where could I sign on as an apprentice then?
Basically, with any master here on the main street. That would be Harrod the smith, Bospa the bowmaker, Thorben the carpenter, or Constantino the alchemist. One of them is bound to take you on. But it's important that the other masters agree. That's always been the custom here in Khorinis.
Cum e aprobarea de la ceilalți maestri?
How do I get the approval of the other masters?
You just have to convince them. Go and talk to them. But if more than one of them is against you, you don't stand a chance. So behave yourself.
De ce nu mai tu ca ucenic?
Why don't you take me on as an apprentice?
I would, but the other masters wouldn't agree. I just recently took on another apprentice.
Is there another way to get into the upper quarter?
Perhaps. If I think of anything, I'll let you know.
Da.
Show me your wares.
60, 50, mamă.
Help me sign on as an apprentice with one of the masters.
One thing at a time. First fulfill your...
Oh, come on. Religious, we
Hey,
know them.
you're new in town, huh?
Yes, and what about you?
I've come from the mainland, and now I'm hanging around here. I'm almost out of gold, so all I can do now is join the militia, I guess. But I don't want to do that. I won't be slaughtered by those orcs on the king's behalf.
Ce-mi poți spune despre miliție?
What can you tell me about the militia?
One of the paladins has taken command. A certain Lord Andre. He's trying to mobilize half the city in case the orcs attack. But you need to be a citizen of the town in order to be admitted. As far as I know, if you're not a citizen, you can train anyway, but you won't be officially admitted.
Și altceva îmi poți spune despre Lord Andre?
What else can you tell me about Lord Andre?
He has taken over the position of judge as well. If you cause any trouble in this town, you're gonna have to answer to him. I was once in a brawl with a citizen. He went crying to Lord Andre and ratted me out. That little matter cost me 50 gold pieces. I was lucky that it happened at night, or others would have witnessed it. The more people complain about you in this town, the higher your penalty will be.
Expensive.
Who did you fight with?
With a fellow named Valentino. He often hangs out in the tavern near the temple. I'm not usually a violent person, but that guy needed his face rearranged in the worst way.
Has anything exciting happened?
You could say that. They robbed Bosper the bowmaker. What a brazen thing to do, I tell you. The fellow just ambled into the shop in broad daylight and grabbed himself a bow. And Bosper right after him, hollering, "Stop right there, you rogue!" But the thief was too fast.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
Has anything exciting happened?
Oh well, all's quiet. I suppose that when the orcs come, we can't fail to notice.
Da, partea plictisitoare din oraș, că trebuie să vorbești cu fiecare parte.
Doesn't surprise me.
What's up, boss? Or...
Welcome to my shop, stranger. I am Bosper. I craft bows and trade in furs. What brings you to Khorinis?
Trebuie să ajung... Partea superioară.
I need to get into the upper quarter.
Where the paladins are? Forget it. You need to be a respected citizen here, or at least hold a decent job. As a stranger, you stand no chance of getting in.
So I noticed.
Caut muncă.
I'm looking for work.
I could use a new apprentice. The last one just gave up his job 2 days ago. Do you know anything about hunting then?
Well...
I could teach you how to skin animals. I'll pay you well for every skin you bring me.
Vreau să... Și dacă vreau să devin ucenic, nu? De ce? Nici o demisia?
Why did your apprentice give up his job?
All he said was that it had become too dangerous out there. If you're really interested, then you can ask him yourself. His name is Bartok. He's probably hanging out near Corrigan's Tavern. Go through the underpass from the smithy, then you're headed straight for it.
Show me your wares.
Show me your wares. 5. Dexterity. Vreau să-ți vând... n-am ce să-l vând. Sad. That's sad. Nu o să le întreb de furt încă. Nici de chestia asta la altă. Mamă, ce de misiune am. Vreau să... Și dacă vreau să devin ucenicul altuia maestru.
What if I want to sign on with one of the other masters?
Balderdash. Harrod and Matteo already have apprentices. Constantino the alchemist is a loner, and he hasn't taken an apprentice in years. And as for Thorpen, everyone knows he's dead broke. He probably couldn't even pay you. I, on the other hand, am in urgent need of an apprentice, and I pay well too. But no matter where you want to sign on, you need the approval of all other masters from the lower part of town.
Voi primi evaluarea ta?
Will I get your approval to sign up with a different master?
All right, you shall have my approval, but on one condition. Work for me, at least for a short time. That way, you can find out for yourself whether you like my craft or not. And who knows, maybe you'll end up liking it, and you'll stay with me. If you're good enough to sign on with me, you're also good enough for all others here.
Seems legit. Ce să fac pentru tine?
What do you want me to do for you?
I will teach you how to skin an animal, and you will bring me, let's say, half a dozen wolf skins. Then I'll know that you have learned your trade. If it doesn't take you forever, and if the skins are in acceptable condition, I will take you on if you like. Or, you can start with one of the other masters, if that's what you really want.
Da, bineînțeles.
Teach me how to...
Come back one...
Fudge. A venit deja noaptea și timpul meu s-a scurs. Amânare. Vorbim un pic aici.
Hey, you, wait. You look familiar to me.
What do you want?
I've seen your face before somewhere, right? Here, we found this picture on some bandits we picked up a few days ago. It looks a lot like you. Apparently, those guys were looking for you.
Niciodată nu puteam gândi la asta.
Gee, I'd never have thought of that myself.
Very funny. What did those guys want from you?
Ask them yourself. You've got them safely locked up, haven't you?
No, they're dead.
I guess we'll never know then.
If you're in some kind of trouble, go talk to Lord Andre. Maybe he can help you. You'll find him in the barracks.
Ok. O să închei episodul aici pentru că timpul s-a scurs. Tot pentru vizionare, ne vedem în episodul următor și vreau să comentați în comentarii, secțiunea de comentarii sau și chiar și pe forumul worldofgothic.ro dacă vreți să mă alătur. Vă dau două metode de ales: paladinilor și mercenarilor. Nu vreau să mă alătur magicienilor. Mulțumesc pentru vizionare, pa, pa!
Now am I wrong for trying to reach the things that I can't see? But that's just how